You guys, what's up? How you doing? Narcissists are the reason you get sick. I truly believe this in my heart of hearts that narcissists can make you physically ill. I know that they can make you have skin conditions and things like that, but I mean like ill in different ways. Case in point, my mother came over yesterday. My mother is a narcissist. I accept that now, right? But she came over because it was my son's 16th birthday, and that's his grandmother, right? Either way, long story short, not only did she do a bunch of things that were really disrespectful, i.e., use the last Ziploc bag without asking, rummage through my things while I wasn't inside of my home, put on my clothes without asking, complain about everything, whatever, right? Things like that. But I had to go somewhere, and as I went somewhere, I had to go pick up my art. Here's the police. I'm making a good point. Y'all know what it is if you've been on this channel. That's a omen right there. Anyway, or that's confirmation. My mother stayed with my youngest. She stayed with my daughter, my 5-year-old, while I went to an art gallery to pick up some pieces because I participated in an art show, right? And I did not go to the closing ceremony, so I had to pick up my pieces the day after, which was yesterday, which happened to also fall on my son's birthday. So as I got back, right, when I got back, the closer I got to my home, I started getting a headache. And I don't get headaches, y'all. I really don't. I don't get headaches, thank God, right? But as I got closer and closer to my home while my mom was in it, I began to get an excruciating migraine. I'm talking like can't see, can't think. Have you ever been able to taste a headache? I could taste my headache. That's how bad it was, all right? And once I got inside, it was thumping. And I could not figure out what the hell was going on with me or whatever. But then I realized after my mom left, I was like, wow, I had this negative ass bitch in my house that did nothing but complain. My mother has demonic attachments. She does. She doesn't like anybody. She's mean as fuck. She likes dirty things, gross things that I will not go into or repeat. But she's not a good person, okay? And the fact that I let her in my home affected the actual physical air in the environment. It affected it so much. It affected the spiritual air in my home. It did it so much so that her physical presence cost me my health for that day. It literally, like a battery, if you could look at a battery, like the battery on your phone, that icon where it goes, the more you use it, and sometimes if you go on certain apps, it'll suck that battery down faster. My mom was like a TikTok app, like TikTok or something. If you ever gone on TikTok, that shit'll suck your juice out of your phone faster than a thirsty kid on a Capri Sun on a fucking 100 degrees sunny day in the summertime. Okay? In the Sahara. That shit was gone. I was depleted. And I had this busted ass headache. I'm like, what the fuck? As soon as she left, it did not subside. It stayed with me. And it made me think. Because I had to pray. I had a friend that called me and was like, I'm going to pray for you. And I was like, really? That's great. Because I haven't even talked to that friend today, but she decided to pray for me and it helped. I woke up and prayed, but it took the whole night. I had to go to sleep to try to get this off me. And it dawned on me. I was like, wow, I've seen this shit before. Where have I seen this before? Where have I seen this shit? I saw it with my ex. Only my ex would get migraines all the time while he was with me. Now, how did a narcissist get migraines when he was with me when I got a migraine because I was with a narcissist? The reason why he got migraines when he was with me, okay, is because we were married. Why does that matter? Well, when you're married, one sanctifies the other. So the fact that he was with me protected him to a degree from the demonic attacks that were happening to him. But it didn't mean that he wasn't being attacked. It just meant he wasn't being attacked full force, and it actually worked on him full force because he was attached to someone who believes and is saved by the Most High God in heaven. So when I left him, he got attacked and has been being attacked ever since. You know what I'm saying? That shit actually rained down on his ass, right? But what does that mean though? What's the significance in what I just said? Well, if you don't know, like others of us, which is okay, we're gonna learn right now. Demons like to enter and in through the top of your head, your crown chakra. Demons are well known, to come in through here, okay? That is why no matter what your religion, denomination, what your culture, your cult, whatever it is you do, most people in any religion that is serious, they wear some kind of thing on their head. Now, my pastor doesn't wear anything on his head. That's fine. Your pastor doesn't have to wear anything on his head. But I can give you right now, I can tell you that in 1 Corinthians 11, 2 through 16, Paul talks about why you need to cover your head when you prophesy, when you pray, and for other reasons. You know why Paul said that? Because even Paul in the Bible knew that demons like to attach themselves and enter into other people through the top of their head. That is the first point of contact, whether it's your thoughts. That's why it says, do not conform to the ways of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that's why the Bible also says, as a man thinketh, so is he. What do you thinketh at? In your head. The renewing of your mind, where's your mind? In your head, right? So demons love to enter through your head. That's why voodoo priests, spiritual practitioners, whether it be voodoo, hoodoo, candomblé, santeria, other stuff, they always will wear either a hat or a white rag or scarf around their head. You almost never see them wear black around their head either. It's white. They want it to be the purest color ever as far as, you know, colors go. When you're wearing something, it signifies purity, right? They wear a lot of white scarves around their head, rags around their head. Why? Not because they think that shit's sexy and it's cool like TLC. It ain't crazy, sexy, cool, bitch. You're crazy. And what's not sexy is a demon trying to enter into your fucking head. And that's why they put rags on it. That's why they cover their heads up. So, and that's proven in the Bible. And that's what I wish that I had done yesterday with my mother coming over. I didn't know she had a demonic attachment like that. I should have, but when it's your mama, you're not thinking. Just like when it was your lover, you weren't thinking, right? When it was your kid, you weren't thinking. When it was your sister, your cousin, your uncle, your friend, your coworker, you weren't thinking. You weren't thinking about that demonic attachment. You weren't thinking about it because you're not demonically attached to. So what she did was she put on my clothes. Some of the things she did was openly put on one of my hoodies. She openly made it a point to wear my clothing. She openly made it a point to go through my kitchen. She openly made it a point to rummage through my cabinets. She tried to touch everything in this bitch because there was a demon in her ass. She tried to touch everything. She made it a point to touch everything in this motherfucker, from the toilet seat in the bathroom to the pump that you pumped for the soap, to the oven to see what I was cooking, to rummaging through my cabinets to see what was in there, to taking the last Ziploc bag, to wearing my fucking hoodie. All this shit in between her showing up, me leaving to get some artwork and come back, all that shit, and then I ended up with a headache, which was not a headache, because guess what? When you have one of those demonic attachment headaches, Tylenol's not going to help it. You ever had one of those migraines where it's like, I took Tylenol, but it still was just as bad. I laid down and it was just as bad. I went to sleep and woke up still, it was still there. I went to go do this, it was still there. Actually, the next day it was kind of still there. That's because it's not a migraine, baby. You done encountered something or someone that has hung on your back like a fucking monkey. And it's a demon, alright? And my mom was that for me yesterday. And I thought, where did I see this shit before? Where have I seen this shit before? And it was my ex-husband who was the narcissist. He used to get those migraines. And like I said, he didn't get those migraines because of himself. He did because demons tried to get to him. But yeah, like I said, he got migraines because they were trying to enter into his head. I think the migraine comes from the resistance of your spirit versus the darkness on the other side. I do. I don't believe that serial killers and shit get migraines because they're all the way open. They let them demons bust it wide open like a bitch's asshole at the club. It's bust wide the fuck open. You know what I mean? The demon didn't have to fight them to get inside of them. You know what I mean? But when you are someone that believes in the Most High God, a demon has to fight you to get inside of you. When you're attached or married to someone that is saved through the Most High God, through Jesus, they have to fight to try to get inside of you. Another way that they do that is through your feet. You ever heard of grounding? And when people say, oh, if you feel like crap, just take your shoes off, go outside, stand in some grass. Right? Grounding. You know why they say grounding? Grounding is through your feet. Demons also enjoy coming in through your feet. That's why you have to watch where you walk. You have to watch the establishments that you go into. That's why it says you become new. You become new when you get saved through Jesus, right? You don't go into the same clubs. You don't go into the titty bar. You ain't going to the liquor store. You ain't going to this store. You really are supposed to not go to these places. Demons enter through your feet. You're not supposed to go over somebody's house that don't fuck with you. You're not supposed to even walk in there, let alone eat anything. But definitely don't walk in there. Why? Because demons enter through the feet too. I'll give you proof of that. In Deuteronomy 28, verse 35. This is about Job. It says, Satan attacked Job starting with the soles of his feet. Baby, you didn't have migraines, honey bun. I bet they left when the narc left. You just had demonic attachments jump on your back from theirs to yours and try to enter into you. And that's why shit like that happens. That's why when you talk to somebody, you feel drained. That's why when you hang around certain people, all of a sudden you got a migraine. All of a sudden you don't feel too good. All of a sudden you're sleepy. All of a sudden you forgot what you were going to say because demons interrupted your thoughts. That's why that happens. So anyway, yes. Oh, and side note, I believe because my dad's a narcissist and his wife who died, his last wife who died, she died from cancer. She did not smoke. She did not drink. She did not look at porn. She wasn't doing shit. She was a bitch. But being a bitch did not constitute cancer. She was a bitch for 20-something years. Okay? And she had no damn cancer. She got cancer. I believe that she got cancer from being around my dad. I do. I believe that Tina got cancer from being attached and refusing to detach from my narcissistic father. I do. And I think her relationship with him opened up a space, a gateway within her body to receive ailments because she was open spiritually and sexually to my dad who is a narcissist. Okay? And she fucking died. Anyway, I love you guys and I hope you're having a great day. Okay.